Well, little sisters often have a special place in their big brothers' hearts, but the blood bond between the siblings you're about to meet runs deeper than most.
Wow, you crushed!
Tommy Bacon always looks out for his little sister, Aria. But the siblings' bond runs deeper than most.
From the day he was born, he was strong, he was funny, he's always made us laugh, he's cheeky. He makes friends with everybody, so he's a special little guy.
It wasn't until we started daycare we noticed a few illnesses and bits and pieces, that started popping up: rashes, colds, coughs.
Whatever he had, he bounced back. And the GP wasn't alarmed, he wasn't concerned in any way by the rash.
When Kylie was 6 months pregnant with Aria, the young family travelled to the UK for David's 40th birthday. But on the flight over, Tommy's health took a bad turn.
Tommy got tonsillitis on the flight, and because he was so bad and I was worried he was dehydrated, we went to a walk-in centre. That led to him being admitted because of dehydration, which led to a blood test, which led to an inevitable diagnosis of leukemia. We couldn't even say that he had cancer. We couldn't say the words.
Even worse, the cancer Tommy was diagnosed with is incredibly rare, affecting just 1 in 1.2 million kids.
Without treatment, lifespan is between 10 months and 2 years. But we didn't know where we sat in that time frame.
The family returned to Australia, where they were told Tommy's only chance of survival was a rare stem cell transplant. The treatment replaces the patient's bone marrow with cells from a healthy donor. Various donor organisations got on board to help find a match.
So they put the message out, and Tommy had 5,000 people join the register just for him. So that was just incredible.
Finally, the family had some good news. A suitable donor had been found. But the rollercoaster ride continued.
So they'd said to us, it's fallen through. We don't know why, but it has fallen through, so we need to go and look again to see if there was a second option and to start the process again.
The desperate search seemed in vain.
We were driving to hospital to go and admit me, and we got the phone call that they'd found a second donor for him. It was just this beautiful, weight off of our shoulders. It was just being able to breathe for the first time in months.
The added joy of Aria's birth was tempered by more news.
Aria was born. The day after, we get a phone call saying the second donor had fallen through.
But all hope was not lost.
When we were talking to Dr. Shanti and her team, when I was still pregnant with Aria, they'd said to us about cord blood collection.
Baby Aria didn't know it yet, but her umbilical cord was about to give her big brother a second shot at life.
Cellcare is a company that stores cord blood. Cord blood is the blood that's within the umbilical cord that connects the baby to the placenta within the mum's womb. Cord blood is unique in that it contains a high rich source of stem cells. Stem cells are cells that can give rise to the blood and bone marrow. The patient is usually having chemotherapy given to knock out their own bone marrow. The stem cells are basically infused like having a blood transfusion through a drip, and they know to find their way into the bone marrow and to start growing up.
The weeks following the transplant were intense as the family battled the 8-week isolation and never-ending test results.
We don't know what's going to happen. They don't know if his body's going to take it.
An agonising 4 months later, the family finally received some news.
I was at lunch with a friend and Dave phoned me. He said that the team had phoned him and that Tommy was actually cancer-free. And it was just... There really are no words. And it's all the months.
Emotional roller coaster hidden.
She came into our lives and she saved his. It's just the most beautiful gift, and she has no idea that she did it.
The connection between Aria and Tommy was instant.
From the moment he saw her, he's loved her.
Baby sister.
Baby sister.
He makes her laugh in a way that we
can't. They just love each other. He's with her all the time.
Now Kylie and her family are advocating for other families to store cord blood when their child is born.
I would strongly recommend that if you're thinking about getting cord blood collected, do it. It will never hurt and it may help. And if it can change your life in such a huge way, why would you not? He taught us that there's no point in worrying about tomorrow when today's all that counted. And if he could make today joyful, then we had no excuse.
But his little sister will always have a bargaining chip up her sleeve.
Oh, I think she's going to boss him around anyway. I just feel like they are just so intertwined. They are so perfect, and I don't believe he owes her anything, but I believe that he will be such a huge part in her life going forward.